Nigeria's future worth more than your ambition, Labour Party's Baba Ahmed tells Tinubu. And that's true. Nigeria's future worth more than Tinubu's ambition. Ambition is just to be registered as one-time Nigerian president, nothing more. But there's more to Nigerian future than that. So ahead of the February 25 presidential election, the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, has advised the All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to consider opting out from the race if his strength cannot carry him, adding that the future of Nigeria is worth more than his personal ambition. And that is true. Briefing journalists Thursday in Abuja, Baba Ahmed charged APC to call both his presidential and vice presidential candidates to order before they plunge the country into political violence with their incendiary remarks against other presidential candidates. Fielding questions from newsmen on the strength and health of Tinubu to lead Nigeria, the Labour Party's vice presidential candidate said he and the presidential candidate, Peter Obi, have taken personal decisions not to campaign against any candidate on the basis of health or age, based on the fact that their own Obi and Baba Ahmed's strength and health is not by their powers but God-given. He, however, said that health, age, and strength of candidates are basically a moral burden which concerns candidates only can decide, but said the future and freedom of Nigerians worth more than the presidential ambition of any candidate. We sympathize with Tinubu and will not hold it against him about that. Bola Ahmed Tinubu claims to be a godfather and he can continue to be a godfather. Let him go and relax. But if he thinks he can, let him come to the field and we will beat him hands down and we will still respect him. By then, we will show him how we will develop Nigeria, Baba Ahmed said. Recalling the remarks of ex-President Goodluck Jonathan that his personal ambition does not worth the blood of any Nigerian, the educationist said Nigerians have not heard of how other presidential candidates will address issues of economy, including growth to production rate. All right? He, however, said, though the careless utterances coming from Shetima is not a threat to the victory of Labour Party in the 2023, adding some XY major political parties appear to have crossed the boundaries of decency to transgress peaceful activities and focus on political schedules. While raising the alarm over comments by Tinubu in Delta State mentioning Peter Obi's name is a disgrace to him and that of Shetima that Peter Obi is glamorizing poverty with his campaign. Baba Ahmed said Obi is well known locally and internationally to have transcended beyond the level of obscene material accumulation. So according to him, the Labour Party is only raising the red flag because if Shetima, who had in the past said Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is only good as an ice cream seller, while Atiku Abubakar as a bottled water seller is allowed unchecked, it will get to the point where decency is thrown into the dustbin. To this end, he cautioned that civility of Labour Party candidates should not be mistaken as weakness, all right? Just as he lamented what he described as resort to disinformation and misinformation by crumbling hitherto major political parties. The Baba Ahmed continued, little wonder that their vice presidential candidate has consistently put to shame the noble heritage of Great Borno Empire in his unguarded and uncultured public pronouncement, which exposed all his intellectual laziness and discomfort with empirical facts and arguments. All right. So yeah, so this is what Baba Ahmed is saying. All right, saying that the future of Nigeria does not warrant the political ambition of Tinubu and Shetima. All right, and first of all, Tinubu's health is an issue. He started by saying that anybody that is going to lead Nigeria should actually be healthy and should be smart, intelligent, and strong enough to carry the burden of the country. But they are saying that they're not going to campaign on the health of Tinubu or the health of anybody, because himself and Peter Obi, the health they're enjoying is by God and it's not by their making. And that's a very fair statement, very intelligent statement, all right? But the issue of having health issues and still wanting to be president is a moral burden on the candidate himself. So the candidate should look inward and check himself and be sure that he's fit to lead Nigeria. All right. If not, the candidate should go and rest, and that is the person of Tinubu. Should go and rest according to be a godfather, and not being desperate to be president when age and health is not on his side. But if he feels he's strong enough to still come and run, let him come. They're ready to work with him and then beat him down and show him how they intend to rebuild Nigeria. So they are not forcing him out, but if he says he wants to run for presidency, let him come. All right? And they will contest it together. So that's what Baba Ahmed is saying. But what Baba Ahmed is again berating and bemoaning is the negative utterances coming from both Tinubu and Shettima against Peter Obi, against other presidential candidates from other political parties, and against other Nigerian dignitaries as well. That is not acceptable. That those unguarded statements should be checked before they throw Nigeria into political violence that is unprecedented, that will cost Nigeria a lot to repair or to correct by the time it starts. Starting with the fact that Tinubu went to Delta State, and that was Baramatu, where he said that mentioning Peter Obi's name to him is disgraceful. That is not expected of him as a presidential candidate, somebody that wants to unite Nigeria together. Making those kind of statements is not allowed. He also mentioned where Shettima in the past has said that Peter Obi is better as an ice cream seller, all right, and Tinubu is better as a bottled water seller. Okay, no, he said no, he was Vice President of Yemi Shibanjo. He said he's better as a pure water seller. And he actually called Peter Obi as Gringori, giving him names, and then calling Atiku as a better bottled water seller. How can Shettima be referring to people in that regard, dignitaries in that regard? All right, and person that under his watch, security in Borno State actually degraded to zero, and he didn't do anything about it. He's coming out to say disgraceful thing about others. It's not acceptable. That is what Datti Ahmed is saying. That it's not acceptable, and that has to be checked. There are a few comments here to be shared. Say, this is the best I have heard from a man vying for vice president. Just as sound as his principal. Nigerians, please don't miss this opportunity. Wow, that is what somebody is saying here. That, the words coming from Baba Ahmed and Peter Obi is so humble, meek, and well respected, and well accepted by all the followers of Obi movement. That is a very good one, all right? That's a very good one. And even Datti Ahmed also said that their own culture and civility, all right, should not be mistaken for weakness. It's just the strategy they have adopted because they are matured people. They have agreed not to campaign on people's name, but rather to campaign on Nigerian issues that have to be resolved. Another person is saying, if only Nigerians would accept to turn against some of these thievery leaders that ruins the prosperity of Nigerians, it will be good. It will be good, omen. That is if, because a lot of people are succumbing to the money, the dollars, the pounds, and the naira that those political leaders are sharing to them. So Nigerians have not learned lessons, actually. So they still mortgage their life and their destiny. It's unfortunate. So with utmost respect, my VP, you and your partner is seriously having on your shoulders the mandate to rescue this country from the ruins of our past leaders. So I pray your noble leaders in making to please refuse to be distracted by these clueless leaders of time. All right? God's willing, your desires for our great country will surely come alive again, inshallah. Okay, so somebody is praying for Datti Ahmed for his very cultured way of talking and courage, all right, personal courage, with respect, So somebody is saying they should not be distracted by the utterances of the clueless leader that we have currently. By the grace of God, they will come and they will correct the issues of Nigeria. That is what it is, and those are the kind of leaders that we want to, to steer the course of Nigeria to the right direction. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment below. Those are the comments coming from Datti Ahmed, the vice presidential candidate to Labour Party, and to Peter Obi.